Good morning. This is Jeannie from Jeannie's Legacy Albums. This morning we are going to work on video number 5, which is our signature number 4. On signature number 4, we are going to have a waterfall. So we're going to have quite a few pieces to cut out for this particular page. On top of the waterfall, before we can get started on any of that, we need to put a flap on here. Now, I accidentally already put my back paper down, so you just pretend this paper isn't here. This will be the top side of our second pocket page. You are going to cut this paper 8.5 by 7.5, and you are going to score it along the side. Once that is done, you're going to bring it in and attach it right along this side of your pocket page. So what you're doing is you're making a flap to go sideways over your main page. Then you're going to take a piece of paper, a full sheet of paper, any color, any size you want. It'll depend on how big your pocket pages are. You will put it on the back. Now, our next step will be working on our waterfall. So have a pencil handy. You're going to need one piece of cardstock cut 4 by 9. This piece of cardstock we are going to score every 1/2 inch for 5 times, but I will show you how to do that. For now, just cut your paper 4 by 9. You're going to need one little piece of paper that is 6 by 1.5, which we will score later. And you're going to need 5 little pieces that are 4 by 4. So let's get started. First thing we are going to do is our scoring. We will take our 4 by 9 piece and we are going to score it at 8.5, at 8, at 7.5, at 7, and at 7.5. Now let's make sure we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 scores. We're going to set that aside and take our little piece that was 6 by 1.5. We are going to score it at 1 inch and 1 1/8 inch. And then we're going to come down here and score it at 5 and at 5 1/8. And then we can put our scoreboard away. We need to crease all our score marks. Make very sure that all your pieces match up and you're not scoring them crookedly. You have 2 little tiny scores on this long thin piece. And the same thing on the other end. You have 2 tiny little scores. An 1/8 of an inch apart. We'll set that aside. Then we're going to come back and we're going to score our pieces. Our 1/2 inch pieces, making sure each and every crease that everything lines up all the way up against your back paper. You have 5 of these. Number 4, number 5. Now you have all your little score pieces ready to go. They fold up very nicely. Now on each score piece, we are going to add 3/8 inch score tape. Number 4. And number 5. Now I need to trim my edges. Okay. Next we will take our 5 4x4 pieces and we are going to add each one to our long piece of paper. Did I do that right? This way. You want to fold it over at the last score mark so that your little mountains and valleys are on top. Then we start at the bottom piece. And we come along and very carefully line up one of your 4x4 pieces of cardstock. Line it up with that and line it up with your long piece at the bottom. Up in here, if you're off a hair, it won't matter so much. But down on your side pieces, it needs to match perfectly. And the same thing with the next one. We do this to all 5 pieces. Doing number 3. Number 4. And these, of course, are not directional. They're exactly 4x4, so it doesn't matter which way you put your little square to start. Just line it up with both sides. And our top one. And there is the beginning of our little waterfall, okay? You can see how things are going to pop up and down. That one is not popping. Why? No, it should be. Okay, there we go. Now it's working. Okay, now before we do anything else, we're going to put our paper on this. I have already cut my squares, which will be 3 7/8 by 3 7/8, for the 5 pieces that are going to cover your flaps. I did cut another piece that's 4 inches by 5.5, and it's going to go along our back page. I have already distressed all the corners with Tim Holtz Vintage Photo, so we are ready to glue these guys on. See if our glue works any better this morning. I should always do this before I hit record, but I forget. Give it the glue on all 4 sides. And our squigglies down the center. We're going to line this up with the very bottom of our piece. You want to have about 1/8 of an inch on all sides. When you've got it where you think you want it, burnish it down. Now we're going to take our first flap, which is right here. How did I do this? I think it worked better this way. There we go. Take one of your 3 7/8 by 3 7/8. I made mine all different just to give a little variety to the waterfall. And we're going to line it up with our 4 by 4 piece with our 1/8 of an inch all the way around. I filled the glue container last night, so it's a little full and it's coming out a little big on me. So you will see me brushing away some of the glue overflow. Now we go to our second one. And I chose the black and white checker. Line it up with your 1/8 of an inch. Exactly where you want it. Burnish it down. If I can pull that up again or not. It's a little too long. I want 1/8 of an inch, not a 1/16. I like that better. Flap number 3 is the opposite side of our flap number 1. Get our 1/8 of an inch. All the way up and around. Burnish it down. Flap number 4 is going to be the opposite side of our checkerboard. So it is directional. You want to make sure when you put it down, your words are going in the right direction. Down to our 1/8 of an inch. And in this particular waterfall, since it's bright and colorful paper with a Mother Goose, I decided to put the same paper on the top page that I have put on our back section. One-eighth of an inch. And our cover piece is done. Now our waterfall is all covered, ready to go. The next thing we're going to do is our mechanism. Where did I put my long skinny? Here it is. This is where we get the little piece we cut. We're going to put a little piece of paper that goes nicely with everything else right in the center of that band. And you should still have about 1/8 of an inch all the way around on this one. Now, our next step is going to go this way. I'm having to think here. Maybe I still don't have it right. No. It's going to go. This needs to go up and down. Just about 1/2 an inch from the bottom, and our pages will flop up like so. I forgot. Let me think for a minute here. I thought this piece goes up here, and then we bring it down here. We have this. Yeah. We are going to glue this piece onto here. The side you did not decorate, and you want, if it's directional, your words to be right, and you want it to come down, oh, maybe 1/2 an inch from your bottom. That doesn't sound right either. I'm sorry. This goes here. We bring it down. We fold it under. Yeah, it's got to be. We're just going to go for it. If it doesn't work afterward, I'll try something else. I'll record it again. Okay, so we've put glue on the back of our small strip. We're going to put it down close to the end of the page. That's not right. This one has to go under it. Well, I'm going to do something totally different. Since I can't figure it out, we're going to put it like this. Our pages will go under this. They have to come under here because this holds it down. Okay. That's working well. Now you know what it's like when we design something and can't figure out where we want to go with it. Maybe this didn't have paper on it. That's it. Okay, well, we've got paper on it. We'll just go over the paper. Flip it over so the blank side is facing you. Line this little tab right up with the end of your black cardstock and put it down. That's perfect. That's exactly what we want. But before we add it to our book, we are first going to cover the inside and outside flaps of signature number 4 so that we don't have to work with the heaviness of the waterfall on this page. So I cut 2 pieces of paper to cover the front and back of this. Do not forget magnets on both ends. I should have mentioned that before you put this paper down. This is my first how-to video, so please expect me to get much better as I continue on with these in the future. Okay, for the front cover, I decided to put this cute little multi-printed page on the front. Gives us a bunch of little stamps, bedtime stories, Twinkle Twinkle, and Mother Goose. I have already distressed the edges, and because this is so large, I am going to use my score tape to attach it. going to put a little piece down here because I don't know what I'm going to decorate the front of this page with yet. It may be a little bulky. We want to have plenty of security on our pages. Burnish the whole thing down. I trim my edges. And now I'm ready to put this on the book. I open the flap and lay it on this way just to make it easier for me. Everything looks good. I've got my 1/8 of an inch. So let's pull, I always pull the tape from the back corner first. Then I line it up front the best I can with where I want it to be. 1/8 of an inch, maybe even a 1/16. Make sure all edges are equal. Very carefully put your back edge down. Then we go back in and we will remove our 2 inside score tapes. And I like to line this corner up perfectly so that I feel everything is going to fall evenly. Now we can remove the paper from all sides. Score tape paper, I should say. And then we're going to burnish it really well. Flip it back over. We have our front page. Now we're going to do the inside page the same way. I'm using the flip side of the same paper. This pretty paper on the outside, the blue checker on the inside, lining it up, making sure it's giving me my 1/8 of an inch all the way around. This looks good. So we're going to put the score tape on. And I'm only going to put one piece on this side because there won't be much weight on the inside, even if I decide to put a pocket on it. Burnish it down. Check the edges. Now we're going to add it to our page. Once again, we're going to double check. I should have put an arrow, and I didn't. Luckily, this page is obvious. Make sure everything lines up just the way I want it. Come in and take our back end off. Line it up in the front, very carefully holding it in the back because it'll stick to your fingers. And then you might accidentally move it when you're ready to drop it down. Drop it down, burnish it. I flip it over. First thing I'm going to do is remove the score tape paper from that side. Enter our paper up nicely. Now for this part, we need to, and I'm going to wait on that. Let's do this side first. Make sure it's all good. Then we're going to come back here. We will pull the tape cover off of our magnet. And then we will pull the tape covering off of this end. Holding it tight so it doesn't flop down and hit the score tape below you and stick where you don't want it to stick. Now we pull it over. We've pulled it over our magnet. Everything is cool. We'll come down here and do our last side. Burnish everything very well. And around your magnet. Okay. Then we have the front of our little booklet. You're going to open it up and we are going to put our waterfall page right here in the middle. So what we're going to do is take our ink and just do the outside of these two little flaps. If the flaps we had hanging over, we want to glue the outside pieces of them. Now we need to decide where we really want this to go. I want to have a little more room at the bottom so a person has room to pull the bottom tab out to make the waterfall work. So I'm going to line it up with Humpty's fingers right about there. And we're going to push it down. Okay. Now we have our little waterfall. Oops, let it dry. Don't do like I just did. Let it dry very well. In the meantime, while it is drying, I am going to take a little piece of paper, something that will blend with what we've already got up there. You have tons and tons of tiny little scraps. I think I'll take a stamp. We're just going to take one of these stamps. We're going to cut it out. We will just stress it on all four sides. Then we are going to score it right in the middle. It's a 1.5 inch stamp. So we're going to score it at 3/4. Fold it down so that everything matches. And then we're going to glue the inside of it. We will come back up to our last little flap, which is going to be our pull flap right here. And we're going to set this right in the middle of it. This is going to be our pull tab. So you want to give it as much room as possible and still line it up even on all sides. Burnish it down. Close your flap. Now let's see if our glue is dry. Then you pull, and there's your mechanical waterfall. You close your page, and everything is tucked in under the magnet. So this is the end of Signature 5. We will come back in a minute with video number 6, which will be signature number 5. I think I said this was 5. This is number 4. And again, we will do all of our decorating and additions, whatever we decide to put on it, after we have the basic pages built. Thank you. See you with the next one.